Individual retirement accounts hold more than a quarter of all retirement assets in the United States, about $4.2 trillion. And to put that in perspective, that's almost 10% of the financial assets owned by all U.S. households. Yet only a small percentage of account holders contribute new money to them. That is according to a new study released Tuesday by the Investment Company Institute. And my guest is Sarah Holden. She is Senior Director of Retirement and Investor Research at ICI. And she took the time, and I'm sure it was a lot of it, to author the study. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you, Scott.
So, Sarah, give us a thumbnail sketch of what you found in this study about IRAs.
So the study looks at record-keeper data on IRA investors, and we analyzed more than 6 million working-age traditional IRA investors to see what their contribution activity looked like. And as you said, what we found is 11.2% of them contributed in 2007, and that went down a bit in 2008 to 9.4%, and it was likely because of the economy and what was going on in the stock market in that year. That said, however, when looking at that number, that 1 in 10 contributing, we should step back and think about the role that IRAs are designed to play for individuals. And indeed, Congress designed IRAs with two goals: to be a rollover vehicle and to be a contributory vehicle. And many of the folks who own traditional IRAs are using it as a rollover vehicle, as a place to park their retirement assets from prior jobs. And so it's perhaps not surprising that they're probably contributing at their job rather than into the traditional IRA.
And so do you think then that the new money that does go into the IRA is usually coming from rollovers from 401ks and jobs?
So much of, when we look at our other information on aggregate flows into IRAs, indeed, the rollover money coming in recent years has been much larger than the money coming in through contributions. But the insight that we gained in this new study, looking at the traditional IRA investors themselves, was we were able to find those contributors. And once we found the people who are contributing, we see that they tend to contribute at the limit, and they also tend to be repeat contributors.
So all these numbers tell us a lot, Sarah, but the IRA market has really grown rapidly in the past 10 years, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Over the past 10 years, the role of IRAs has risen for U.S. households, in part because of rollovers coming from employer-sponsored plans, but also because of the contributions of this core group that we found in this research.
And it sounds like you have new information trickling out from the study over the next few months. What other information do you plan on releasing, and what do you see coming out?
Yeah, so this database that we're using is a new database that ICI built in a collaborative effort with SIFMA. And the database has all types of IRAs in it. So it's got traditional IRAs as well as Roth IRAs and more than 10 million traditional IRA investors. And so our plan was to first start with the most common type of IRA, which is the traditional IRA, and then to take a life cycle approach to the analysis. So we started with contributions because that's the first thing you might do to open an account. The other thing you might do to open an account is a rollover, so we'll be analyzing rollovers next. Once you've got the account, you need to think about the investments, so we will look at the asset allocation of these individual investors. And then you get to withdrawal stage, so we'll also be analyzing withdrawals. And once we've worked our way through the traditional IRA, we will move on to the Roth IRAs.
Well, I can't wait to see this new information, Sarah, so it sounds like you still have a lot of work to do.
Yes, we're looking forward to all the insights we can gain from these 10 million IRA investors.
Well, we'll let you get back to work. Sarah Holden is my guest. She is Senior Director of Retirement and Investor Research at ICI. She authored the study. Sarah, thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you very much, Scott.
This is Scott Drake. Thanks for watching Annuity News Now.